Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. You guys, it is April the 3rd and I am late on this video, but we are out here in these streets and I'm glad you're here. Alrighty, y'all. We're going to go through this zero-based budget, talk a little bit about just thoughts moving forward after the scam on my card and how we're going to be handling purchases moving forward. And so I'm just going to share with you the budget for the month. I hope your budgets are done. And you guys, if anybody had a chance to see, I posted a link on my community tab. I was actually featured on a podcast called Pastors and Money, talking about getting debt free and how we as pastors in the church aren't necessarily, hey, ma'am, aren't necessarily any different than anybody else as we're dealing with our finances, but also work on our finances while we're teaching our congregation how to work on their finances. And there's no shame in that. So I'm going to be jumping in this April budget. I think the conversation about shame around finances is a real thing. It is very real. People feel very real emotions when we talk about our money. Even me. I have a membership. It's a small membership. I'm thankful for anybody who wants to, hang out with me. Praise God. It's all the things. With that being said, we meet twice a month and there's so much shame around money sometimes, even to the point where, and I think I'm going to have to ask y'all to release me from expectation. I needed to put gas in my car this morning. And I was going to have to use a different money source than what I had planned. And do y'all know the first thing that popped into my head is, what will my YouTube subscribers think? Not, I need gas, idiot. What will people think? Because here I am telling you how my life is and making it seem like it's all great, which my life is great. And I'm not making it seem that way. But you know what I'm saying? I'm out here living. And I guess I'm supposed to not have, in my head, I'm not supposed to have rough months or rough patches or the need to move stuff around. I have forced myself to be perfect in this budgeting thing. And that's just not the truth. Hey, Miss Sue, good to see you. That's just really not the truth. The truth of the matter is we all have challenging months. And then when I think about budgeting in 2025 versus budgeting in 2015, it's so different. Money is different. Even though I make more now than I did then, and I don't have debt now like I did then, we're still paying more at the pump. We're still paying more at the grocery store. I'm not using coupons. I don't think I've seen a coupon in I don't know how long, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where finances, money, anything to deal with money is just a challenge. And I have felt really bad. I was like, Shakema, you can't come on here and tell those people that you have spent your gas money on groceries, because I had to get what I have to get. I was $15 over my budget this week because I had to get trash bags and dish soap. Hey y'all, thank you, T. I appreciate that. But it is how I feel sometimes, because I want to give it to you real. I want to give it to you open. I want to be transparent about the things. And so sometimes it is one of those things where, should I keep doing budget videos? Because man, it's not always easy. We make it as a family. We do very well as far as meeting our bottom line. The Lord provides for us. But, we do have rough patches. And so, anywho, we're going to move on and talk about April. So April is here. Unfortunately for me, the mortgage is paid. The utilities are paid. The water bill is paid. The internet is paid. So all of my funds have been accrued. They have all been spoken for. Paid my tithe and offering. That's all done. And then we did get child support. Hey, little lady, good to see you. Great for y'all joining me. And I wrote some stuff down on a paper towel, y'all, because I wanted to make sure I was keeping it real over here. Okay, we're gonna jump in. Let you see where we are with the budget. We'll put a few things in that I did not put in yet. And so this is where we're going. So I'm going to share with you my budget sheet. This really is why. Hey now. Why I don't do live videos very often. All righty, y'all. So you know what we're doing over here. It's the MYMT personal spending worksheet. And this April of 2025. Now, we're just going to move right on in and share the things. So I have gotten my paycheck already for the month. My paycheck was $3,390.32. And I did get a kid's deposit. So I'm going to put that in. And that was, and there was some change. Let me see. Hang on, my phone fell. Let me see if I can find how much the change was. $0.56. So that's how much came in. $440.56, which is like the equivalent of 2 weeks worth of child support. So I'm going to put in, I love this notes feature in Google Sheets. And remember, I used to use Microsoft Excel, but when my subscription ran out, I no longer had that. And so I just was able to use Sheets and it just fine. So I always want to put down what it is that I brought in thus far so I'll know. And then when it came, I always do that for tracking purposes. Now, why is it that I see what I'm supposed to be seeing? Let me see what I see over here. Yes. Let me go back over here. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second and then share again because my computer is not acting right. Oh, there I am. Okay, let me try sharing that one more time. Okay. Very good. Okay. Well, moving on. All right. Okay, so I don't have any one mom revenue right now, and I don't have any travel reimbursements, although I will have about $50 in travel reimbursements for next coming up about mid-month. How we get travel reimbursement. So if I go to my main school or whatever school of the day I'm supposed to be at, then I have to leave that school to go somewhere else. I can count travel. If I'm at that school for the day, say I go to one of my other schools, I just go to that school for the day, then I can't count travel. But if I have to go to multiple places, I can count travel there. So I really only had like 1 or 2 things that I could count travel for on March. But in April, because we're doing 5th grade, we're doing 5th grade round. I have to travel to the different 5th grade schools, depending on what time I'm going to my school first and hanging there until it's time to go to that elementary school. And so I'll be able to count travel for those particular days. All right. So that gives me right now to work with 3,000, excuse me, $830.88, right? Very good. Now, going into expenses, which is where we are. Hey now, how are you? Good to see everybody. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. All right. Now, I'm going to scroll down down and just talk expenses very quickly. So my mortgage went up in March. So last month, this month, the first 2 months of the new mortgage, I'm going from 957 to 1122. Seeing on my March mortgage that I didn't pay anything extra to the escrow. Well, I was used to paying a little bit extra to make it $1,000. So that was like $42. But now I am another $122 over the 42, which makes it actually an extra $167 that I'm paying just for the base mortgage. But in my mind, I know for sure that I've got to find a way to be able to put something more towards that principal, because putting extra towards the principal really helped to bring my long-term payoff way down. And so I'm thankful for that. $10 a month added on to my mortgage should decrease my mortgage by 10 years, according to all the mortgage things. But I'm trying to decrease that mortgage a lot. I don't plan a 30-year mortgage. We've already been in this house 9 years, and I'm not planning to pay for another 21 years on a mortgage. It's not what I'm trying to do. Now, my electric utilities, that came out of a different account this month, so I didn't count it here. My water bill was $82.82. That's already been paid. I have not paid the cell phone bill. That bill is not due until the 12th. And so I'm going to pay that bill next week. And that's for Jackson and my cell phone. $98 went towards my internet bill. I think I paid it a day too late, and I think they assessed me a charge. That or it has gone up, and I can't remember. Now, sinking funds are not being sank right now because at the moment, I don't have extra money to sink my sinking funds. I'm waiting for some one mom income to come in. That's how I sink sinking funds. Traditionally, I have used one social media source to do sinking funds. Over the last year and a half-ish, those funds have significantly decreased to the point where I can barely sink my sinking funds. Now, if I didn't have the extra in the mortgage, the $162, whatever, $64, that would be enough to sink most of my sinking funds. But that money is now being taken up by the mortgage. In the area that I live in, it's a very fast-growing place. It's a very astute place. We're surrounded by beach. And so people move here to live in retirement, but we live here all the time. So what has happened over the last 2 years is it's pushed our property taxes up, and they're getting ready to build some more schools around. So I am thinking that not sure how it's going to go over these next few years, right? But my plan is to bring in some additional income somewhere. I'm not sure where, but somewhere, depending on the cycle or depending on, like, I rarely make a ton of money on YouTube. I just do videos because I like to do the videos. If I could get paid more on shorts, man, I would be making a zillion, right? Because I do, they pop out quick, lickety split, no problem. But that's not where the money is. It's in the long form content, or you find a sponsor and that kind of thing. And it's hard to get those sometimes because everybody wants you to be in their affiliate program, but rarely do people want to pay you for your time. So anywho, sinking funds at this moment are just, they're out there, and hopefully, prayerfully, we'll be able to sink them. I don't get YouTube money until mid-month. I don't get any social media money until about mid-month. And the light bill was $164. And I think I made like $300 on YouTube. Y'all, that's really what I made. And there's another girl that I follow. And for a long time, I couldn't even understand what she was talking about. She said, I probably make enough to buy groceries for the month. And so, you know, depending on, and my views are still way down for some reason, probably because I'm not posting videos people want to see, but this is where it is, right? Okay, moving on. So I budgeted or planned in $50 for my household repairs. We are still going round and round about the dishwasher. The dishwasher is under warranty. The people came on the 19th of March, and I am still waiting for them to contact me when they're going to come and fix it, because they were supposed to be ordering a part. So I've called Lowe's no less than 4 or 5 times to figure out what is the deal. They tell me to call the company direct. I've called the company direct 3 times, and 3 times I have gotten no response. So I finally did ask them. I said, listen, how long does this process go before you understand that they're not communicating with me and we cancel them and find somebody else? Because surely there's got to be somebody else that can come and fix my dishwasher. I feel in my spirit that they're going to keep this thing going so long, and I'm going to have to get ugly about it, and I'm going to get a new dishwasher. I'm here for the new dishwasher. I don't want to get ugly about it, though. I just really don't want to do that. But I will put them on blast some type of way. I will send a review, write a post, something, because they're doing a lot. And this company is not communicating. They said 5 to 7 days, but we're in April now, and they came on the 19th of March. And let me just tell you, okay, my phone keeps falling down, y'all, sorry. And let me just tell you this. When they came, because this is a little shady, and the only reason that I did not, and I probably should have said no, but they were coming from a long way because they're in a whole nother state than I am. They showed up at my house after 8 o'clock. It was 3 to 6, then it was 4 to 7, then at 8 o'clock we're 15 minutes out. I'm like, well, who does all of this right now? That won't be happening again. So anywho, I'm gonna move on. So right now I have it budget out for $50. I always like to keep something in the account just in case things break, something goes wrong, and I need to make a repair. There's no miscellaneous household anything going on. Brenda, calm down. Anybody want a dog? Because y'all about to get one. Mr. Jerome came this month to cut the grass. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Jerome. We had a lot of unruly, just grass growing up. And so I'm glad that he came out. He actually did the front flower bed. Like, all my bushes and shrubs were just going crazy, and I did not have time to get to it. So he did that bed for me. And so Mr. Jerome is back. There's a couple other projects that I need him to help me with, but I'm really focused on saving. And so I think I'm just going to wait for a while and see if we can just wait on some of those. $120, that was a cash for Mr. Jerome. Recycle, renewal, pest control, and yearly spray, those things total up $56. We do have a pest control spray planned for the 17th. Somebody's coming to do our perimeter spray, and that's $85. So that'll come out of sinking funds to pay for that. Moving down, as far as other sinking funds that I have not sank just yet, Amazon Prime, I did sink $11 to PureFlix. Let me actually go and put some of those items in, because I actually did put in for that today. Is it Thursday? It is Thursday. So I'm going to go in and put a few things in, and then we'll go back to that sheet, because I want to make sure that you all kind of see where we're going with this. I'm going to move down. I always like to start here because I can focus better. All right, let me go back up. I was able to get some gas, so it was $31.05. I went over by 5 cents, but it did give me a full tank of gas. I had to pick up Jackson from his event. Uh, what else did I get? Oh, Jackson got some savings in his savings, so I put $50 in there. Moving up, $13, I think, and 42 cents. I went over trying to get that trash bags. There's one more something. Oh, Jackson's homeschool. I did put money in that. His high school fund got $50. Okay. And then what else did I do? Okay. Did I do PureFlix? Nope. Netflix. That'll have to come out next week. Nope. Oh, I do have a business expense that has to come out that I have to pay for. And so I'm going to put that there. That's the renewal of my LLC for my business, and I have to pay it by the 15th, or I will lose my LLC status, and I can't afford to lose that. It's important to what we're doing around here. PureFlix, I put $12 in there. Okay. Now, that should be everything. Let me just go back and make sure. Yes, gas, yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's everything from there. All right, so we're back over here to this sheet. We talked about Mr. Jerome. Okay, so PureFlix, I did $12. I have not done my Health Wage Gym. That hasn't come out yet. Comes out next week, I believe, like on the 6th of the month. So that might come out tomorrow. It may come out tomorrow. Can't be for sure. No taxes. Jackson's gym was on hold while I had that credit card issue. Now it's fixed, so he's back in the gym. So they should probably be taking out his gym tomorrow. Really, I put $50 in Jackson's high school fund. He actually needed a new hoodie today, but we went and he didn't find anything he wanted, so we did not get anything. So that money went straight into his account. Although he did have a field trip to go on. This past week, they left on Monday. They got back on last night, and he needed money for food. And so he had money in that account. I just took money and put it on his card from that account instead of taking money out of my pocket. He had money, and there was enough money for him to eat for the couple days that he was there. And I gave him quite a bit of money, and he spent quite a bit of money. And again, it took me back to those days where back when he was younger, things were cheaper. I didn't take my lunch to work Tuesday because I didn't have any food ready. And I thought about going out to eat. I was like, you know what? I got some money in my wallet. It was Wednesday because it was grocery day. I have some money in my wallet. I'll just use this. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I was like, I'm gonna go out to eat. Well, what I could eat on Whole30, just the plate itself was $17.99. That's one meat and two sides and a drink. I said, "Oh no, ma'am, I will not eat until I get home," and I didn't eat till I got home. It was not worth me for one meal was $17.99. That didn't include tax or anything. And I said, you know what? Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm just leaving. I'll just eat when I get home. And I fasted for the day, ate when I got home, and it was perfectly fine. All right, moving down. New cameras are $20 for sinking funds. And I actually think I'm just going to put that in with, I think if I got a new phone, because my phone is very old and I am eligible for an upgrade, but it's going to add on like $13 a month to my bill. And so I think if I just took that whole line item out and planned that $20 towards the phone, it would be the same as getting a new camera. It's working for me. I can edit on my phone. It's no problem. And so I just do it that way, and it'll be perfectly fine. Netflix hasn't come out. That will come out next week. I believe next week or the week after. It's like the 15th or 16th that Netflix comes out, and it's like $17. Now, for groceries, here's where it's kind of one of those things, right? I gotta work this part out. $300 for $300 for my family is not enough money. I don't know why I put $200 there. I'm sorry. Anyway, $300 is not enough money. And then on top of the $300, I take $100 out of that and put it immediately to savings. $200 for the month is not enough money to feed us. However, because we have overflow pantries and because we have food in the different freezers, I've managed, right? But realistically, that budget needs to double. It needs to be about $600 to $700 just to keep up with today's costs and prices. But I'm not at that place right now. And so I keep it that way, but I always want to save. So 100 of those dollars went straight into savings, just off the top, off jump, no problem. Didn't even think about it. And we'll eat what we have. I ran over $13 this week because I wasn't thinking about trash bags and dish soap. So it worked out okay, but I've got to find a way to be able to bolster that grocery budget. Summer groceries, I took $100 out and put it into that fund. My monthly preps. Now I did a little something different with preps this month because it is the beginning of garden season. And so $50 is always for preps. And I actually just use that for garden, for seeds, or no, I actually bought some starts of some things I did not start myself. Basil and onions and all of those things, marigolds to help with pest control and those types of things. The greenhouse is up. You guys will see a video about that very soon. You saw one already. You'll see another one. So I was like, well, Shakema, the garden is going to produce food, so it is okay to spend that money on garden stuffs. Perfectly fine. We do need to get some mulch. Lowe's is having a sale on mulch. It's 5 for 10. And so I'm going to go over and get mulch. Okay, I got to move quickly because I got to drive sister somewhere. She has an appointment this evening. No eating out money. And I did not buy Azure Standard this month. I just couldn't make it work in my budget. And so I did not buy Azure Standard, but I do stand by and believe for more healthy, natural ingredients. If you're interested in Azure Standard, there's always a link in my description box below. Check it out. Personal expense. $100 is for nails and 2 haircuts for Jackson. P.O. box is $17. I took that out as cash, and all my food items were cash. Jackson got $50 into his savings account, and then I budgeted $150 for the dog, both dogs, and I spent $133. Gracie had to get her 3-year booster for her rabies, and she got a pedicure. Mama does not like the vet at all, and so she doesn't get her nails trimmed like I do Gwen's at home because she's used to me doing them. Mama will not let me do them. So we have to take her to the vet every so often, every 3-4 months, because she walks around with these talons until then, and they know to cut them short because she ain't coming in a minute. And then I also got their Simparica Trio. So rabies booster, Simparica Trio for 2 dogs, and their nails, mama's nails, was $133, which I thought was pretty decent. They are going to have food, but I do have money in their account for food. Gas, I took out $200. Of course, I put $31 into this morning because I needed some extra gas. I had to drive out to where Jackson was and pick him up, which was not close to our house. They got picked up at a different location. So I took $50 off the top of that and put that into savings. Oil change, tires, and repairs. Tires, I had to end up getting a full set of tires in March, which cost me $381. And so I'm now starting fresh on the tire sinking fund because I had to end up getting a new set, all 4. My car insurance is $152 plus the registration. I have not taken that money out yet. Any one mom income that comes in next, that's where I'll put it for the license, insurance and registration. So my license doesn't go out for 2 more years, so I'm good. So I'm not saving for that right now. I'm just car insurance and registration. Car insurance $145, and that went up because of sister, adding sister. And so what I ended up doing was just splitting the extra cost with her. because I don't want her to have to foot that whole bill. She's 21 years old. She's trying to live a good life, and I just want her to be able to feel, not always feel so pressed down. She doesn't make a ton of money. She's very good with her money, but I said I would just split the cost and it would be perfectly fine. My tithe was $560. My offering was $270. I planned for a $500 savings, and then I have to do my business renewal at $200. And so I have to do that this month. I haven't done it yet, but I have to do it this month. And so also I have another little business expense. It's for my Google Meeting stuff. It's $9.99 that I pay for. So that's where we are. Tithe is at 604 and the offering is at 282. That puts us at a total of $3,558.39 spent and $272.49 just there. I know there's something else that I did not count for, and I got to figure out what that is because I shouldn't have that much money left. There's something that I did not account for, and I know it'll hit me in a minute. I'll make sure that I took everything out that I was supposed to take out. So anywho, there's about 270 some odd dollars. Oh, I know for one thing, thank you so much. For one thing, my Netflix, my Netflix, my Healthways gym, Jackson's gym, all of those things have not come out yet. So they're still, that money is still sitting in there for that. What else? And and the anyway, I can't remember what else. I might have forgotten something, but that's where we are for the month of April. Okay. All right. So there it is, y'all. Quick, short, simple, easy, to the point. We're going to see what the rest of the month holds. I already know that there's a couple things that haven't come out yet, which is perfectly fine. And we'll a budget for those and allow for those when they come up. But here's the one thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to my goals. No extra spending, no randomness. It just can't happen. I don't have the flexibility this month. I do get my supplement at the end of the month, which will help me to bolster up some savings. I think I'm actually going to try to do 2 months ahead on sinking funds so that I won't have next month to worry about that. And I do have several different social media accounts coming in this month. One that I don't regularly get. And then Temu and Shein. And I know people have their thoughts about those places. And if this is not for you, it's not for you. But I do have a code. If you use that code or any of my affiliate links, it does help us out a little bit. I did get $10 from my Amazon. So somebody must have used my Amazon link. Thank you. I appreciate that. It all helps out some type of way, right? So I have multiple streams of income. Sometimes they flow, sometimes they trickle, but they all help the bottom line. But anywho, y'all, I hate to run, but I got to take sister because she's going to a thing. And she asked me to drive her. I'm going to go and walk on the beach while I'm waiting for her to be done with her thing and get my steps in. If y'all have not joined me for April, my April challenge is 128 ounces of water, 10,000 steps a day, strength train at least 4 to 5 days a week. And there was something else, Whole30 diet. One more thing, and I can't remember what that was, build muscle, something like that. So get out there, get healthy. Once you get healthy in your mind, you can get healthy in your money. Healthy in your mind equals health in your money. And it was for me. It was the single thing that changed my mind about everything was getting my health together, helped me get my money together. Anywho, love you guys. Hope you all are well. We got a dash. We will see you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things. And I'll be back to update you guys when I'm not running